Okay, hey guys. So I have a quick deck profile today and some matches that I want to show off. I'm not going to be doing a really in-depth deck profile here. It's a pretty straightforward beast down Ooga Booga type deck. If you guys want a more in-depth deck profile where I kind of talk about some of the synergies and more about what the game plan here is, I will make a separate video. But basically, last week I was playing in a tournament and I was playing my Reason and Gate deck, and my opponent used Coldwave against me multiple times, like first turn. And if you're playing Reasoning Gate, or if you play Reasoning Gate, you know that Coldwave is like one of the best cards because you basically just have to pass. Like you can't even play the game. If your opponent uses Coldwave first turn, then they basically get like 2 free turns of just manhandling you, essentially. So I had Coldwave used against me, and I really wanted to make a deck around Coldwave. I think this card is absolutely busted. It's just that not a lot of decks in GOAT format can utilize it effectively. So I made this deck, which is basically a beast down deck that uses also Bazoo and Return. So yeah, let's just get right into the matches. Oh, before I go into them, I played against a guy. He was nice enough to share his deck list with me. He was actually playing Reasoning Gate as well, which is why I wanted to post this content up to kind of show just how effective Coldwave can be against Reasoning Gate. So, and it works out well because that's obviously my main deck, right? So he shared his list with me. It's an interesting list. Notably, I mean, the main deck's pretty standard, except he's running Sinister Serpent, which, I'm a huge fan of that, so that's awesome. Main deck looks pretty solid. Side deck is really interesting. A lot of interesting choices here. He's playing Fusiliers, 2 extra ones, presumably. Maybe if you're playing against another Reasoning Gate deck, you can turbo into Last Warrior, or if you're playing against Chaos Turbo, you can turbo into King Dragoon. He's playing Fissures. I asked him about this. Fissures over Smashing Ground because of Jowgen. If your opponent has Jowgen and a monster with higher than 1300 defense, the Fissure will hit the Jowgen. He's playing Deck Devastation, or I forget what this one's called. Deck Devi? Yeah, this is Deck Devi, right? You can tribute like the Fusiliers or Demok or Chaos Sorcerers or whatever, and could be pretty good against Chaos Turbo. And then Skill Drain's an interesting choice. Maybe against also Chaos Turbo, maybe he puts in the other 2 Fusiliers and goes with Skill Drain, which is actually kind of really spicy now that I think about it. So that's actually pretty cool. Like you can side out like I don't know, Jinzo, and I don't know, maybe like the blowback and put in Fusiliers and put in a couple of Skill Drains. That is actually really spicy. I might have to test it out myself. But anyway, let's get into the duels. So first one, I think he won. Yeah, he won the rock paper scissors. Um, so he's going first. If I was going first, this would be pretty nasty. So he makes King Dragoon right off the bat. I hit him with the Gold. So I see he's playing Fusilier and Metamorphosis. I kind of automatically assume he's playing Reasoning Gate. So I slapped down the Cold Wave just to get out there and out his King Dragoon with Injection Fairy Lily. Um, I think this is fine because he's not going to be able to do anything next turn, and I could just use Graceful after. I don't have to use it my first turn necessarily. But I accidentally shuffled my deck. That's my bad when I was trying to draw with Graceful. But I get some pretty nasty draws here. It feels kind of bad. But hit him with a knock and get in there for some big boy damage. Yep. Put him at 19 so he can't even Dimension Fusion if he wants to. And now he's playing from behind. Let's see what he got here, though. But okay, so he does pull through. He has a pre-mat for the Fusilier and wipes my board with Lightning Vortex. So he did indeed pull through here. So that was a nice win from him. Okay, second game. Um, let's see. Do I open the Cold Wave? I do not open the Cold Wave, but opening Delinquent Duo is almost just as good against Reasoning Gate decks. So slap down Giant Rat. What does he do here? Sets one back row. Okay, I summoned the King Tiger in case that back row was a scapegoat, which I thought it probably was going to be. Is he? I mean, he's running scapegoat, right? Yeah, triple scapegoat. But he has a TT, which is a nice play on his part. Hits me for 16. This is fine. Nothing to worry about here. I take the Crane and get in there with DD and Crane. I take the Crane because I don't want him to have a monster to tribute for Monster Gate or to tribute summon for like Air Knight or Jinzo. So that works out because he uses Mirror Force and goes. I basically go 1 for 2 with him. Okay, so this is nice. He takes my monster and drops the BLS. This is interesting. Like I'm not sure I would have done this if I were him because he couldn't go for a game. He put me down to 700. I might have just played a little bit safe, maybe. I don't, maybe banish this. I don't know, but he puts me pretty low. But usually I like to save BLS for when I'm going to win with it. But I make a spicy play right here. I special summon Gigantes and crash into his BLS, putting me at 600 because I take 1100, so that I can pop both his back rows right here. He's gonna pop my own back row too, but that's fine. I'm gonna get my DD Assailant back, and then I can out his BLS. So I get my DD Assailant back. I use Exiled Force instead of Smashing Ground because I have an extra normal summon this turn, so I want to utilize it and get Assailant in defense mode. So he gets out Jinzo, pretty nice. I top deck a Coldwave so that he literally can't do anything. Okay, so he has Sinister putting me at 300, but he can't do anything. I have Scapegoat to block some, or I have to use it actually, yeah. But I'm still holding on right here. The Bazoo is good. He doesn't have Torrential or Mirror Force, so I know I'm good there. I banished some to get in some damage, get in a nice 2200 damage right there. He has a set. I get out DD Assailant. Why do I do that? I think I sided out Mystic Swordsman level 2, and that has low attack anyway, so it's probably not a good idea. But I'm going to banish some more, get rid of this Serpent, because I know it's a Serpent. Get in there for some damage, or try to. I just end up taking 1 token. Was thinking about leaving them, but I'm like, I probably got to just get rid of them. Let's banish that Serpent and get rid of all his tokens. And now we just get in there for game. Yep. And close game, but managed to scrape by. So going into game 3, he's going first. Okay, I called the 4 right. Feels good. He uses Dust Shoot, puts back the Bazoo. Not a big deal for me. I'm going to rip the Coldwave, so he can't do anything. Since the Sinister literally cannot do anything. Set up my King Tiger Wangu so he can't use Scapegoats. And he can't normal summon the Sinister, which is not really relevant, I guess. But he tributes my Giant Rat, pretty nice. He gets both heads, also pretty nice, and clears my board, so that was a really heads-up play on his part. I grab Exiled Force a little bit preemptively, probably maybe just to thin my deck out because there's no good targets at this point, so I just grabbed it. He banishes my Rat, gets in there for 16. I pop his Sork. I'm fine. I got a lot of life points to spare. And now I'm going to start trying to turn around, but he has Mirror Force, unfortunately. So he gets in there for another 16 again. I top deck another Gorilla Ooga Booga. Okay, gets in there for 1,000 eyes, puts me at 6. Top deck a Scapegoat like a champ. Okay, so now I'm blocking these attacks. And he can only attack once per turn, which is pretty nice. So he opts to go. This is interesting. He opts to go for Crane. I probably would have gone for Chaos Sorcerer because I could start getting rid of the tokens faster. But he goes for the Crane. Oh, and then he has a ring for the game. So nice one on his part. So he won that one 2-1. Going to the second match. At this point, I do have his deck list because he sent it to me after the first match. But I don't think it's super relevant. Like I've pretty much seen all the cards in the side that he sides against me, except maybe yeah, I've seen everything relevant that he's sided against me so far. So I'm going first. Greed feels pretty good. Set up the Berserk Gorilla and the return. Next turn, if he gets rid of this, I can summon Gigantes, and my return is live, and I also have Coldwave. So this feels so good. He gets Air Knight, which is normally pretty good, but it can't even attack over my Berserk Gorilla. So I Snatch Steal it and then get in there for 39. I was thinking about summoning the Bazoo, but I want to save it for a big return push later. But that's just dirty. Okay, he just like scoops that one up. He didn't want to play that one out. Okay, game 2. He's going first. Duos my Gorilla and Smashing Ground. That's fine. I'd rather keep the Exiled, I think. Normal summon. Oh, so he duos and Dust Shoes. That's a pretty nasty combo. But he kind of bricks. So I get in there for 2,000. Pretty good. Greed. Okay, yep. That's 5,400 damage right there, right? Like 1 and 2 turns. That's pretty funny. So that. Oh, was that? Yeah, that was. Was that the? Sorry. Oh yeah, that was the second match. Okay, so quick 2-0 from me. Um, let's see here. What just happened right there? Is this the? I'm really confused as to what just happened. Which game is this? Oh, this is the first match. Okay, sorry. Let's close this one so I don't forget. Okay, so first match he won 2-1. Second one I had a quick 2-0. And moving on to the third match. Sorry about that. Um, okay, so I'm going first here. I won the rock paper scissors, and I open up the Coldwave, summon the Lily, because he can't summon. I mean, he can't do anything, and he can't summon any monster that can get over Lily, right? If I summon the Enraged Battle Locks, I don't know. Maybe he's playing something to get over that, but I just set up the Lily. I thought that was a pretty safe play. So he just passes because he can't do anything, and I draw into Gaia Power and just put on some big boy damage on the board. Like, how much did I put up right here? I put up 34 with 17 plus 1,000. That's 51, 61 damage. So automatically he can't Dimension Fusion right off the bat. Um, he sets up a lot of back row, but you know I'm not really scared of that. What is it? It's Scapegoat and Mirror Force, but I slapped down the Cold Wave again, and bam, he uses Scapegoat. Don't really give a fuck because I got Enraged Battle Locks, which will make my monsters do piercing damage. So easy win right there. He's going first. Okay, opening pretty good hand. I go for the Battle Ox to try to get some piercing damage. I was hoping that was like a Sinister, but I mean, I do a lot of damage anyway. 13. I call 8. He gets the Jinzo. I'm not really afraid of Jinzo because I'll show off his traps too because I saw he's playing traps, and I know I can deal with Jinzo. I have like 4 outs of Jinzo in my hand right now, so I wasn't really afraid of it. I was afraid of 8 because he can get back Greed, which would be unfortunate. But now I just normal summon this Assailant and just leave it there. I want him to attack into it, but he has a Chaos Sork, banishes it, gets me in for 24. I leave the Jinzo on the board because he can't use any traps. Look at this. He summoned Jinzo and he's got 3 traps. Like, he's got a pretty heavy trap lineup, which is interesting. But that means my Berserk Gorilla can attack for free. And it's 2,500 attack, so he can't even attack with Jinzo, but he has the Giant Trunade follow-up, or Giant Trunade to get the Gaia Power off the board, clears my Berserk Gorilla. I'm chilling right now. He can't activate traps. He's got 2 traps. I clear his Jinzo so that my return is live, and especially because I have this Gigantes follow play. I think he's gonna... Okay, he TTs it, not Mirror Force. That's interesting. I might have... TT is probably the right play, actually, over Mirror Force. But we're chilling right here. If I top like a Bazoo, this is going to be some big damage. So he dust shoots me at an unfortunate time because there's nothing good to put back. I rip the Cold Wave. He doesn't respond to it. And then I chain my return so that I can put some big damage on the board. How much damage do I put on the board? He ends up 800 life. It's unfortunate that I did not remove Gorilla for Gigantes. Sorry, yeah, Gorilla for Gigantes, because then that would have been game. But I was thinking that I might need the Exiled Force to pop a Chaos Monster, so that's why I banished it. But put him at 800. And yeah, that was an easy 2-0 as well. So, yep, I just wanted to show the power of Cold Wave. Obviously, I was playing against a deck where Cold Wave is particularly good. It's probably the best deck to use Cold Wave against. But I think Cold Wave is also still just pretty good against Warriors when they set a lot of back row. Even Chaos, so that you can get in for Piercing or Mystic Swordsman level 2 to kill their face down. But yeah, let me know if you guys want me to talk more about this deck. I actually have a lot more to say about it. There's some really interesting synergies, but for now, just some example gameplay for you guys. All right, peace out.